upcoming lunar events. These are always interesting to keep apprised of because they have so much to do with the ebb and the flow and the comings and goings and the cycles within cycles that we all experience. So we have the full moon in Capricorn coming up here at 1 degree. So anything within 1 degree in any sign, on either side, at 1 degree within either side of like 5 degrees on either side, which is an interesting thing because we do have to consider out of sign conjunctions and out of sign oppositions when we are looking at these kinds of cycles that begin or end at 1 or 29 degrees. So it's a little bit more complex what it is that might affect our chart than usual. But this is a this is a full moon that is bringing out equilibrium, maturity. This is part of the Capricorn, Cancer axes of stability. So this is leading us into the new moon coming up July 5th at 14 degrees in Cancer. And I know I look really tired today. I hurt my arm again, so I got like 2 hours of sleep last night. So, yeah, I got on camera and I thought, but there's a lot of us that can experience limiting events, either limiting physical events, limiting psychological or emotional events, something that can limit our emotional or physical mobility, something that can put us in a position of vulnerability. This is the Cancer Capricorn axis. I happen to have this trine to my ascendant. Wouldn't you know? I got 2 hours of sleep last night. So we have to look carefully at how is it that our choices have limited our range of motion. How is it that what we have turned our attention to, oftentimes thinking it was the best thing for us at the time, has limited our options? Because we have to look at what occurs in Cancer when we're looking at what occurs in Capricorn. And Cancer's the past. It's what we're prepared for because of what we've been through, what we've been exposed to, what's familiar to us. And if we are unprepared by the past, by childhood, by what we've been exposed to, for what it is that we want, what it is that we consciously desire, if we're unprepared for that, what do we do? Do we turn away from what it is? That the conscious goal is what it is that we know that we want, Capricorn? Because it's not familiar. It represents the unknown. It represents something that we are not prepared for. a lot of times we'll run from it. We'll deny it. We'll turn away from it. We won't pick it up. Because we have to go through a process of reparenting ourselves. Prepare to be able to have what it is that we consciously want. So we must address patterns and cycles within our life that are comforting. They're known. It's Cancer stuff. They're familiar. But it may not be what's right for us anymore. So we're taking responsibility for how we engage in and perpetuate and get caught up in unconscious cycles. And the more we look at this, the more we really examine, what do I do that I've done? What do I do that I've already done that prevents me from having the kind of conscious outcome that I want? Not what is it that other people have done to me, not what are the outside conditions, circumstances. Not what is external to me that has limited me. This is moon, internal stuff that we have to look at, full moon, epiphanies. But what is it that I bring with me from the past into a situation, very much use that as the bar for which I will judge something, or the tolerance that I have for something. I will only go as far as I'm prepared to go. And how does that prevent me from having a life that makes sense? Because when we repeat these cycles, these unconscious patterns, it doesn't make sense. And we have that very common sense, grounded moon moonness in Capricorn. We want things to line up. We want things to make sense. And when we're caught in what's comfortable, but it's not satisfying, when we really look at it, it doesn't make sense. But there's also this other side to things too, balance. And we have to understand that sometimes what we want, if we're really honest with ourselves, if we're really, really honest with ourselves, sometimes what we want, it doesn't make sense. Sometimes we have to go outside of what we're prepared for, or what we even understand. and able to pursue and get and have and hold what it is that feels good. Good. Interesting lunation cycle, because you know, for some of us, and it's probably a mix for both of us, there's this, you know, understanding that we're engaging in things that don't make sense, and if that is getting us away from what we want, really letting go of that. And then there's this other side to it, at looking at what is it that we really, really do want, and is there a part of us that emotionally is really connected to it? It doesn't make sense, but we need to find a way to prepare ourselves to get it, to get there and have that thing anyway. We always have to remember that there's two sides to each sign, too. And we always have to we have to understand that there's a dual effect when we're dealing with full moons. Alrighty, so let me take just a couple of questions here. I don't have a lot of time, and my battery is going to run out. I think I am going to switch over to Instagram after this, because I've been so sparse on social media, because I'm just super hot and cold with it. FG. I wrote off a few friends in the last month. Been a long time coming, but I needed to. Not sure if I made the right decisions. Well, you know what? Give it a little time to percolate, because we will have the new moon coming up here in Cancer at about 14 degrees. And that will probably bring the assurity you need, or put you in a position where you have a little bit of time, a perspective, and sometimes that can soften us, or those that we've disconnected ourselves from or cut ties from. Okay. What else have we got? Oh, not a ton. I didn't give anybody any warning today, so. I will be talking more about the new moon coming up in Cancer as we get closer to that. That'll be an interesting one. That one's exactly conjunct to my Saturn. I'm very, very much looking forward to that. Oh, FG, you've got Mars square Pluto, or you're talking about the Mars square Pluto in the air today? That's quite a lot of confrontation, or just a lot of angry feelings or control issues coming to the surface, at least for the last half of the day. Fun, fun, fun. All right, so I will catch up with you guys later. Check out your charts to see what is around 1 degree in Capricorn, because that can really give us a heads up as to, will we have an ease of assimilating these lessons into our life if it's aspecting our chart angles or planets in an easy angle? Or will it be something that represents more challenge, something that requires a little bit more thinking, sometimes a little bit more feeling to completely integrate or understand? So, all righty. See you guys super soon.